What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Booker in the building, man. We back, man. Back like we never left, man. Come on, man. We took 1 week off, man. Sometimes you gotta take that week, man. Readjust, get some new content, get some new folks on, man. But we back like we never left, man. And I want to start off by saying thank you, man. Thank you for continuing to subscribe, continuing to like our content, continue to follow us, man. Without you, we would not continue to have the motivation to be here, man. So we thank everybody for continuing to follow us, man. Um, we're gonna have a few guests tonight, man. They should be coming up soon. Um, yeah, they should be coming on soon. We're gonna give y'all a different style, man. We diving into a different type of topic. Now I know we do a lot of youth football, youth that's too loud. Youth football, baseball, basketball. We do a little bit of all of it, man. We diving into a little golf, man. I know you see my man Philando Clark out there, man, on the lines, on the links, man. He been he been out there, man. He been out there on the golf in the golf world, man. Him and the producer, man, they be out there. They doing something different, man. I ain't been out there yet. All right, so I'm not real acclimated and well versed in all of it, you know. But them guys out there, they swinging them clubs, man. They networking at different events, man. They pulling up on folks, man. They at the golf course, boy. You gotta love it, man. At the golf course, man. Talking to folks, man. Doing it a little different, man. Golf is a little different. You see it on TV, but they adding a little swag to it, man. They getting guys with swag gear that you typically might not see on the golf course. They trying to lighten it up a little bit, lighten the sport up. It's still a serious game now. But these guys are on the links, is what they call it. On the lines, on the links. We're doing some golf coverage with some exclusive people, some interesting people that's in the golf world. A lot of them African American. They African American apparel, African American players, African American instructors. We in there, baby. Ain't nobody out there like Tiger Woods yet. I ain't seen nobody yet, but you know, we got some guys. We got some good stuff going on, man. Right here in your city too. So check it out. But listen, man, let me talk about my guys though. You know, my youth football guys, man. Shoot, hey, we had a spring season. I had a spring season. I had about 14 kids. We ran through a little spring season. Spring season went okay. We lost 2 games. We lost to 2 pretty good football teams. One football team that we shouldn't have lost to, but you know, we had some injury issues, and then some other things happened. So, but we ain't gonna worry about it, man. I just raised a group of kids, man. They ready to go. They gonna hit somebody's middle school field, and these guys gonna be a really good high school athletes, man. Shout out to the NC Ducks. That's right. Shout out to the NC Ducks, man. They up and coming. The newest up and coming 10U football team. Hey, y'all better get me now. Hey,
Not prime.
hey, all I can say is get me now. And the next time you'll see these guys, they'll be the NC Ducks, man. Next time y'all see the NC Ducks, man, we're gonna be locked and loaded. I went in with 14 players. Now I'm about to go in with coming up. We're gonna have a good 26, 27, maybe 30 players, man. We coming back. All y'all guys, we took receipts during the spring season now. We took receipts. Remember, the guys that got on the field and got us when we had them little 13 players. We're going to be locked and loaded, man. We just wanted to give them guys a little taste of what spring football was all about, man. So check it out. And stay tuned for JMA 2025 football coming up, man. We about to hit the scene, the 7-on-7 circuit at WEA. WEA is having a big 7-on-7 middle school tournament up at Mountain Island Middle School, man. Mountain Island High School, man. It's going to be crazy, man. Crazy. 7-on-7, unheard of. All middle school football teams, man. Unheard of, man. It's about to go down right here in Charlotte. Middle school football, unheard of, man. We breaking down barriers, man. Typically now in middle school, didn't get started very early. Now they've allowed middle school to get started early. We're able to get our players evaluated, get them on the field, get them in shape, get them ready for the upcoming season. But without further ado, you see my man.
You see me?
This guy right here, man, is like y'all gotta follow this guy, man. He's the newest up and coming journalist, hot journalist on the circuit, man. Right now on the everywhere. You're gonna catch him everywhere, but recently he was on the golf circuit, man.
Yeah,
what
man.
that thing look like out there, man? Wait, hey, we want to bring Miss Michelle and Rena.
Let me intro her first, though, man.
Which one?
Let me give her a props.
Who we getting on
Rena.
first?
I'm gonna get Miss Rena on here first.
We're gonna get Miss
Rena.
Rena.
Well, we gonna introduce her the right way, man. But shout out, man. Shout out to the Queen City Clappers, man. Shout out to man, all the vendors was out there that was so supportive of RNG Golf, man. It was such a live event, man. It was so awesome to see so many African American entrepreneurs and golfers, and it was a mix of everybody. Let's just say that it was a great mixture, a great crowd, and man, it was just a dope event. People were very receptive to the mic. Man, when I put that mic in their face, they came alive, bro. We got some great interviews, and I got a couple more I'm gonna be posting, man. But we threw some teasers out here, but let me go ahead and just and handle the business, man. Handle the business, man.
Yeah.
So listen,
let's do that.
We got this. This is a crazy, man. This is a small world, man. I went to school with her uncle and her dad, man. It's crazy, bro. Back in the G, the real Garrison. I don't know what this is, but the real Garrison. And a mom, all that good stuff. But anyway, man. Tonight on OnDaLines Sports Media, man, we're shining the spotlight on a hometown hero. She's changing the game, literally, man. Joining us, Rena Posey. She's an assistant golf pro and private instructor at Charles T. Myers. Her journey in golf began like 20 years ago at the first tee of Greater Charlotte, and she's been blazing trails ever since, man. She's an MVP collegiate athlete at Chowan College.
Uh-oh.
She's not only a competitor, but she's a connector, right? With a background in psychology and a deep commitment in her next generation. She brings more than coaching to the course. She brings leadership, mentorship, and a mission to make golf more accessible, inclusive, and empowering, especially for girls of color, right? So whether she's running clinics, teaching private lessons, working in grassroots programs like the Learning Center and CM Next Generation Golf, Miss Posey is helping redefine what golf looks like in the Queen City. So without further ado, man, welcome to the show, Miss Rena Posey. Pozo, I'm sorry.
So Pozo. Is it Pozo or
Pozo?
Pozo. I'm looking at Pozo. I'm gonna pronounce it Pozo.
Hey, you know what it makes me think of? When Dave Chappelle said, "Who the hell is Renee Zellweger?" Ain't no black people named Pozo. But anyway, man, welcome to the show, Miss Rena. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good, y'all. How you doing?
You got to be so serious, man. Loosen up, man. We cut up. Man. Hey, look, ain't nobody clocking no tee times. Ain't nobody trying to sneak in no free golf on the practice range and on the short course. Loosen up.
She gotta loosen up on here.
She be on her. Hey, bro, let me tell you something now. Ain't nobody getting no free golf at Charles T, bro. She be on.
She be on it.
But anyway, man, welcome to the show, man. Tell us a little bit about you, man. Tell us how you got involved in golf, because you're a unicorn.
Yes.
This is something I've never seen, especially a young African-American female running a golf course, right? 55 years, I've never seen it. 30, almost 25 years of playing golf, I've never seen it.
Oh, wow.
So to me, it's an honor that we able to have you on the show. So, man, I'm just gonna jump right into it, man. Tell us how you got involved in it. What caught your eye about golf and made you want to get involved in the sport?
100%. And you were right. It is Pozo, not Posey. We went through that with middle school and high school. Pozo. Okay. We love it. So as far as like my journey into the game, I started at PAL, which is the Police Athletic League. My dad's a retired CMPD officer, as well as being an immigrant from Cuba. He chose to come back into the country, be an officer, go into the Army, and kind of like represent in that way. So I started with PAL. I was about 7 years old when I got into there. My older brother started first, and one day I was just at a practice. The coach was like, you know what? Why don't you just give it a try? See what happens. I ended up breaking the head off a driver. And I was just like, I'm sold. I'm here for it. Let's go ahead and continue to break clubs and go and grow from there.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, what ended up happening was I ended up on a journey that I never expected in the game of golf. I ended up playing for my middle school team. I was the only Black female on the team, and that experience was eye-opening, especially when it came to competing against other guys. There weren't many other females in the middle school at that time playing golf. It just wasn't common, and it especially wasn't common to see Black females playing golf. I think in my years from like middle school to high school, I met maybe less than a handful of other young Black females who played golf. And that's like having to travel outside of North Carolina, that's having to go to different states to kind of connect and meet people and kind of have that community build up. But it's been a journey for sure. So after going through middle school and that process, I ended up going to Hopewell High School, and I became captain of my high school team. So that was an experience I never thought I would have. I was an independent player my freshman year. They hadn't had a high school female, like a female high school team for a while at Hopewell. So I went to the coach. I was like, I want to play. I want to be seen. I want to play college golf. They told me I have to build a portfolio. I have to have a resume. I have to show that I've had growth through the years. So that meant playing high school golf and showing up and dominating the best way I could. So it was just me and the coach. And then my sophomore year, I took on my first back injury. And that for me was a breakthrough of understanding the mental aspects of golf and how it can quickly bring you back to reality that it's more mental, it's as equal physical as it is mental. So going through the process of healing, building a team my sophomore year, having just absolutely an amazing group of young ladies who worked with me through my sophomore year, got me through my junior and senior year, and knew that I just wanted to be on team. I wanted to be seen. I did all three. So my freshman, junior, senior year, I did regionals and state. And that for me was big. That's how I ended up becoming MVP for the golf team in high school. But after that, my next step was looking into college. And at that time, I knew I wanted to play D1, but I also had to reflect on what sacrifices came with playing at a D1 level and what both emotionally and physically I would go through playing at a D1 level. If I was willing to sacrifice having a higher education versus having to show up for my team and being able to find that balance and that flow that worked best for me. So I chose to play at a D2 university because I wanted to play all 4 years, but I also wanted to prioritize my education because I knew for me, long-term wise, I always want to be able to have my education to fall back on. I also use my psychology in my process now as far as privately coaching, especially with my junior students. That psychology work helps immensely with their game and their growth. So going to Shawan, it was a struggle my freshman year. Had to mix up with my paperwork. I was on team. They let me keep my scholarship, but I technically didn't travel with team. So showing up as kind of like a rookie per se. And once I was able to start playing with the team, making my way in there, trying to get my score situated, trying to let go of those pressures that I put on myself and start putting myself back in that position to be either the number 2 or number 1 on the team, because that was the goal. I ended up kind of like finishing between like around the second position as far as like on team. We ended up finishing my senior year at the PJ Collegiate Championship. And that was an experience like no other experience. I think that was the last year that it was like more so fully POC. So being basically surrounded by nothing but everyone that looks like you was the most empowering thing ever. It's just like literally a wave of Black people. And I was just like, wow, I've never seen this before. What is this? There's more of us. You telling me there's multiple of us out here playing golf? And that was my first exposure into the game needs to grow in the community. It's growing in this small way, but it can grow so much further if there are people in the right places and have the right connections to get that game back into our community and to let us showcase that we can dominate in this sport. We can show up in this sport and we can support those who have shown up, who want to dominate, that you have a community in your corner to push you through it and to get you through it. It's not an easy process being a Black female at a golf course where it's predominantly white males and you know most of management are white males, so it's like having to be firm but also not be viewed as like, you know, that angry Black woman at the same time, because like you said, I don't let anything I don't let anything slide at Charles T. Myers. I don't care if you white, Black, brown, or green. Everyone's on that same equal level.
You guys, the job still has to be done. So I want to kind of piggyback about what you said with your degree in psychology. How do you incorporate that with your mental performance and the mindset of training, you know, in your coaching today? How do you implement that degree in your coaching?
So implementing that mental aspect to the game to me is very important. After I hurt my back, I realized when I started to want to play again, what was holding me back wasn't my physical aspect, it was my mental aspect. Because I told myself, you should be swinging the same, you should be doing the same, you should be putting in that same dedication. And that's how I hurt my back again, by not letting myself heal both physically and mentally in the process of this game. This game has taught me in that mental aspect, you have to build your mental game as well as you build your short game, your long game, your everything of the aspect of the game. You have to still make those building blocks to build up your game. With my junior students, I'm very more core focused on not just their confidence, but their capacity to let bad shots go, understand that they're going to fail, understand that they're going to lose, understand that every shot's not pretty. Ever understand that there is no aspect of perfection in this game. It's about how you walk on that, how you walk through that course, and how you carry yourself and how you finish. That's what's important. The score will come with your confidence. The score will come with your practice and your dedication. But your mental game will break you down further than you missing a 2-foot putt. You know, because I'm like, that'll sit with you for the rest of the day. I'm like, it's already happened. It happened maybe like 2-3 hours ago. You still thinking about that 2-foot putt? You missing you missing every 2-foot putt after that. So I like to remind them to always give yourself grace. In the 20 plus years I've been playing this game, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still developing my game. So I'm like, it's a never ending journey. It's a never ending process to build on top of what you have. And there's going to be just many different facets that you're going to go through. There are going to be moments your game just drops off for no reason. You can't explain why. It just drops off, you know? And then there are moments where your game is just at a peak and you still can't explain why. You're like, well, why wasn't I scoring like this before? What was I doing different? So it's like always nice to remind them you have to have a center when you're out there. You have to remind yourself to come back to yourself and to check in with yourself and to be like, you know what? It's a bad shot, let it go. It's a double, let it go. I have like 17 more holes to figure it out and to get it together. We ain't got to focus on this one moment to basically represent the rest of your game for the rest of the time.
Right. You gotta have short-term memory. I think Booker had a question for
No,
you.
this is almost ground. I don't know anything about golf. Well, I do know something about.
You know, Tiger Woods.
I do know something
PlayStation golf. That's what you know.
But this is awesome, man. African American women in golf, man, teaching the game, playing the game at a high level is absolutely incredible, man. I like it. I'm excited about it. Actually, but how do you get more African American women and minorities involved in golf at an early age? How do you get them involved? More importantly, how do you keep them in the game? How do you keep them intrigued? How do you keep them going? How do you keep them coming and inspired to do what you're doing?
I feel like what I've learned with the Black females that I work with, from ages as young as 8, as old as 85, I think it just comes back down to, what do you want to put into the game? How do you want to go into the game? I'm not going to make you into a golfer like me. I'm going to make you into a golfer like you. So tell me what that looks like. Tell me, let's work on how you want to progress. Let's work on how you want to show up on the golf course. Let's not try to mold you into something that doesn't really fit you that well. So I've noticed that whenever they have larger communities, so I run a ladies who's golf program out at Harry L. Jones. It's all corporate Black women. These women are top tier, wonderful, beautiful Black women, but they've never played golf before, but they understand what it can give them if they get into it, and they're willing to show up. They're willing to come together. They're willing to build community to be able to get into those spaces that they want to get into through the game of golf. So I know that community always helps. Being in a group always helps, but I feel like it also helps to have someone who's like, I'm not going to let you be less than what you are. I always remind my Black females, on top of giving yourself grace, I'm never going to let you feel like you are less than what you are. This is something that takes work. This is something that takes dedication. No different than anything else in life that you decide to put your best foot forward in. You can put your best foot forward in this in a way that works best for you so that you can progress the way that you want.
Yeah. Hey, so Philando,
yeah, let me ask you a question. I want to kind of piggyback on what you said. And I'm gonna get to you, fellow Wildcat. You just hold your horses. Right? I got you, sis. But let me ask you this: as an African American female, and in this obviously white male dominated sport, right? And male dominated sport for that point. What are some of the challenges that you've faced that you really was like, whoa, that came out of left field? That some things that kind of took you aback and was like, okay, how do I overcome this? What are some of the things that have happened to you in your journey to become an assistant golf pro? Like I said, I've never seen that. So what are some of the things that, you know, you've challenged that let's put it like this, that made you might have step back for a second and say, this is what I really want to do, and then you just press through it?
My truth is, I really hesitated taking the position. I was comfortable being the assistant pro because in the similar mindset, I've never seen someone in that position. I've never seen a Black female in that position. I don't know how to I told myself I didn't know how to handle that position. And I had to remind myself, it's no different than when you were the assistant pro. You show up in the same way, you maintain your space in the same way, you hold space in the same way, you bring your energy in the same way. So for me, it was a process of telling myself, not just be confident, but be sure that it's something that you want to take on. And it's been a process. It's been a process to find my voice as a manager. It's been a process to find my voice as a new definition of a leader. To me, being in a corporate space and being in this type of leadership position is a little bit different than, mentoring my Black females into the game or mentoring my community into the game. That this aspect of leadership is still new for me. And there are moments where I do catch myself and I'm like, ooh, I'm letting a little bit of my Black a little bit slip out a little bit. I'm getting just a little too fresh, a little bit too salty. And so sometimes I have to like reel myself back in and reopen myself up to what that communication looks like. So as far as like my struggles through the game, I feel like just in the general aspects, I did experience racism in the early years of my game. And that's just from, again, my parents and I would show up to the golf tournaments. 95% of the time, we're the only Black family there. There are other families of color, but majority of the time, sometimes we were the only family of color there. So it's like we stood out, very, very clearly stood out. In a very specific moment, I do remember having a moment where this young female, she just kind of challenged me in a way of just like, letting me know and just looking me in my eye and just saying, your kind don't play on golf courses, you work on golf courses. And I was like, you know what?
I'll show you.
And we ended up being paired together. And she was a bit surprised that we ended up being paired together because she viewed herself as a higher level player. And I left no credit. You best believe she didn't step on that podium for anything that day. But you best believe I did. And I got first on that.
That's what's up.
So I'm just like,
Tiger Woods said, don't you?
No.
Where's the first tee and what's the course record, baby? Hey, let me ask you this. You touched on this, but how do you keep yourself without losing yourself in that situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you maintain that authentic Blackness without coming across as the angry Black woman? How do you do that? Because first of all, you're in a male-dominated space, whether it's African American, white, Asian, whatever. You're in a male-dominated space. So when women are assertive, sure of themselves, and confident in their abilities to do their job, we know what people call them, right? We know that, oh, she's, you know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
how do you keep yourself? How do you keep yourself without losing yourself? And I know that's a fine line.
That is a fine line. And some days I do test that line. Some days I do step over that line. And some days I choose to step further back away from that line because I realize it's not really worth it. I think for me, what I've noticed is that, especially within my communities of color, if I show up as family, if I show up with respect, if I show up with the aspect of like, I'm not trying to kind of come at you in a way that's like disrespectful, but I want you to understand this is what the policy is. This is what the intention is. This is what the integrity looks like at my golf course. And this is what I want it to be held to. And I do my best, especially with dealing with non-POCs and those confrontations and those moments of just reminding myself, if I smile and I keep my energy and my tone at that even base, and I just let them know, here are your options. We've got option A, we've got option B. There's not an option in between. You can choose option A, you can choose option B, or you can get out. So those are the only options we got. So I find myself, it's easier to just like lay out those options, have those options ready. If it's one option, two options, three options, here are your options. We just gonna roll with that, and however that conversation flows is how that conversation flows. But I will say this, my parents are people who have not just inspired me to be strong, but to be firm in my energy and how I show up with my presence. I'm very, very big on presence. I feel like you only get one time to present yourself to anyone, to the world, to a space. You get that one aspect of presence. So something that I'm very big on is that you will feel my presence. My presence will be felt. Even if it's in the slightest way, you will feel my presence. That's something that I will never dim. That's something that I will always hold to a high regard in myself, is that you will feel my presence. And my presence can either come across as intimidating or it'll come across as authority that has respect for what you're saying. But I need you to listen to what I'm saying right now, just to kind of even that playing field a little bit.
I actually saw you handle a situation. You probably don't remember. I'm gonna let you ask this next
Yeah,
question.
let's go. Yeah.
But I saw you handle a situation, and I was like, "Oh, she got it." And the way you did it, you probably don't even remember this. It was in a couple weeks ago. We were playing golf, and this guy came in. He rented clubs, and he was asking about tees. Well, I usually get tees with this, and he was like, "Oh, well, we don't do that, but I'll give you some of my tees." And he kept on. That's great, but I'll give you a few of my tees. What and the way you handle it completely shut him down because he wanted to be confrontation. So what you were just saying, I've witnessed it firsthand, and the way you handle it, I have to commend you on that. So because you could have easily went in, but and I saw it in your eyes, like you was ready.
Bro,
Oh, I was ready.
right now, it don't look like anybody can walk in the golf course and just get over on this Pozo. Hey, she got her guns out. She letting us know right now.
The sun's out, baby.
She got her guns out right now. You know, she get them shoulders and arms. She's looking like, you know, hey, try me if you want to.
Yeah. But I like the way you handle it.
What a journey! What a journey you're on, and I love it. But within your journey, what's been the proudest moment you've had so far, either as a coach, as a player, that makes you keep showing up and wanting to do this, you know, to do this work, this groundbreaking work? What makes you want to just keep showing up? What's your proudest moment?
I feel like I have a few proud moments. I will say when it comes to aspects of coaching, my proudest moment is my student Avery. I have a student who I see every Tuesday at 4:30, usually without fail, as long as we ain't got no conflicting moments. She was my very first student, and she's a young Black female, and she's a lefty, which I love even more. Her parents were the first ones to trust me. They were the first one to be like, we want you to mold our child into a golfer. And I was like, I got you. And in that process, in that journey, her father ended up passing away about 2 years into our process. And since that moment, I was like, we gonna lock in a different way. And I've been fully integrated to that family. I am Big Sissy. I am proud to be Big Sis. I was picking her up from school, cooking meals for the family, taking her to and from the golf course. That to me is like, that means everything to me. That to me is why I continue to show up for the golf, especially for my young POCs. That reminded me that, you know what, it goes past the golf course. That community aspect, that reminder that you've got someone in your corner goes past the golf course. And I hope to be her coach forever. I can't wait to see her on the LPGA. I can't wait to see her play high school golf. I can't wait to see her play college golf. I can't wait for her to see, I just can't wait to see how far she goes in any aspect. And the aspect of with the golf course, in the last year, I've had my experience of being on with Strixon and Nike and having the opportunity to reach into these companies and get access to equipment, get access to connections, get access to being able to see what the inner workings of these companies look like. And this is my first time experiencing that type of, I want to call it a little bit of luxury. I get fitted every year for my clubs, which I think is just really cool. I currently I got their latest irons. I just love the aspect of being able to go in and take the time to really like carve out my equipment the way that I really like to. I mean, I hadn't gotten a fitting prior to 2024. I hadn't gotten a fitting in, wow, I don't even know. I think the last time I got fitted was maybe before I went to college. And those were the clubs I thought I would keep forever. And since then, I've shuffled through 2 sets of irons, and it'll be the same process at the end of this year, getting refitted again and getting that exposure and getting out there and kind of just experiencing what those different levels of technologies look like and how it can elevate your game. But then also it's like being able to take those nuggets of information and then take it back to my students and take it back to, you know, my community and be like, hey, be open to this, be aware of this. This is something that you can use to help elevate your game further. As far as like a community aspect for me, mainly it's been the push from my parents. They didn't have to support me the way that they did. They didn't have to show up the way that they did for this type of sport. It wasn't a sport that was welcoming to me. It wasn't a sport that was inclusive toward me. They could have easily been like, you know what? Maybe we should pivot her towards something that is more suited to our community, more suited to her being able to kind of find that community and find that like that acceptance per se. And I really appreciate the push to be like, don't stop. Don't give up. We're here for it. We're going to take you to every tournament. We're going to go to every event. We're going to get you the exposure that you need. You're going to have every possible private coach at country clubs, whether they're white, whether they're Black, whether they're female, whether they're male. You're going to have everything that you need to succeed if you want to succeed in this sport. So I appreciate that every single day. The push that they gave me is also a push that I use to keep going in this process, to keep going, to showing up for the golf course, to continue to show up as not just a Black female in the golf course, but just as a Black, as an African American in general, also as an Afro Latino in general, and being able to hold that space for my community and let them know you are welcomed here. And if someone has a problem with you being welcome here, they can come talk to me about it. Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know if you know if I can't hear you, but I can't hear you. There you go. I think you're still muted.
I can hear you. I don't think we can't hear them.
We can't hear them.
Oh, we're muted?
Oh, not anymore.
And now we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yes,
before I
I can
introduce
hear
your
you
mom, I need to
now.
hit you up for some instructions. I'm a left-handed golfer, by the way. Since
Oh,
you got
well,
experience
look at
working with left, I need some, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway. But anyway, hey man, listen, you mentioned your mom, your parents being such a powerful influence in your life and your career, but your parents got that from 1100 Eastway Drive, baby. Garinger Wildcats. So I want to introduce. No, don't be shaking your head because
I don't know about all that,
Park.
but whatever.
Hey, we went to the real Garinger. I don't know what this Garinger. We went to the real Garinger.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I hope so. I hope so.
He got a boy from Greensboro. You got a boy from Myers Park. So you know they don't really count.
We don't
But
know
anyway,
the history. Yeah.
Man, introducing my fellow Wildcat, my fellow G Coder, Miss Michelle Cole. Man, welcome to the show. What a pleasure to have you.
Welcome, Miss Michelle.
Thank you. Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you. Thank you. G Code.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be here. And my heart is just so full. I have to say, just listening to my daughter speak, it's like we did something right.
Oh
I'm
yeah, you
just so
did
proud
that.
of her.
You did a whole lot right.
So very proud of her.
Yeah, man. When I found out when Greg was telling me, I was like, Eric Cole, Michelle Cole, them G dogs, man. What you talking about? Sammy, I know all of that, man. What you talking about? But anyway,
Yeah.
the reason why we wanted to have you show, obviously, to get your flowers from your daughter and all those great things. But I want to talk about this golf tournament you got coming up with Garinger, man. I'll be there. Greg and I'll be there, and we got a couple other people. You remember? I don't know if you remember Elton Clausen. He's a Garinger alumni. He's a doctor now. He's one of our golf buddies. He's gonna be there. But anyway, tell us about this golf tournament, man. Give us the lowdown on what's going on and why we're doing this.
All right. Thank you so much for that introduction and this platform to be able to talk about the tournament that I'm organizing. It's the second annual Garinger Alumni and Friends Golf Tournament. It's going to be at Rocky River Golf Club. It's going to be 9 a.m. shotgun start. We're going to have food. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have a raffle. Over $15,000 in giveaways at this year's tournament. Hole in one prize, $10,000. We have sponsors like Chick-fil-A, Regions Bank, Dick's Sporting Goods, and more. And I'm just real excited to do this for my alma mater. I saw a need for our athletics program and to raise money for Garinger Athletics and to change the narrative at Garinger that's currently there, where they're struggling in athletics. A part of that struggle is not having the funds that they need to be a successful athletic program. So with this golf tournament, we're giving visibility to the needs there. We're adding to the outreach. They had their athletic banquet last night, and Dell Curry came. He spoke,
Bro,
which was huge, to have him come to Garinger and speak to athletes, and something that they truly enjoyed. So, and
absolutely.
having the new football coach there, Coach Jupiter, all those new coaches and individuals and that are coming, and there's a change. I can feel it coming at
Hmm.
Garinger,
I like that.
and I'm just
Yeah.
happy, to be a part of that with this golf tournament. I'm so happy that you're going to be playing this year along with Greg, and allowing me to have this time to just talk about it and invite everyone to come out and play and support Garinger in this golf tournament this summer. Again, it's going to be on July 25th, 2025 at Rocket River Golf Club.
That's dope, man. And my birthday is July 22nd, so do I get any kind of special prize, a birthday present or
Oh
anything?
God.
I'm just saying, we can talk about that off. Okay. But man, now I
Well,
like
we
what you
can talk
said about
about maybe,
Garinger.
accompanying you,
Oh, look at you now. Look.
a complimentary
Hey,
golf
look,
for you. I mean, if you can,
I don't
bring
turn
three
down
more
nothing but my
golfers.
collar. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway,
Don't do
listen, but I like what you said about the energy at Garinger. Now, I actually was coached there a couple years ago, and we were trying to implement the change. And that's a tough, tough, tough out right there. Garenger's a tough job. Let's just be honest, and because it's always change and the conditions. But the actual new coach actually reached out to me, and we had a great conversation. Kind of asked me what some of the things I would do and implement, and some of the things I saw, and it was a great conversation. I don't know this guy; I've never seen him before, so that tells you a lot about him, his character. That he's reaching out to former coaches, and because he said if he saw me on Instagram, he saw some of my Garinger posts, so he wanted to connect me. And I was like, man, listen, I'm up at Butler, but that's Garinger's my home. So whatever I can do to help that program, I'm also gonna do,
Yeah.
man. But I want to say this, man, about the Garinger kids. A lot of people say, "Oh, they're not that good," and they blah 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 blah. But you understand the resilience those kids have to have to play in that program,
Yeah.
to not win in years and years, and show up every Friday and fight, going against powerhouse programs, going in
Yeah.
knowing they're gonna probably lose by a lot of points, but they don't quit and they don't show. You know how many kids on these privileged teams would have quit the third game in, right? So I always give those Garinger kids their props, man, because to know, I mean, look at us as adults. If we know we going into a losing situation, we probably won't be that enthusiastic. We probably won't keep showing up week after week.
Mhm.
We'll probably find something that we can win at. So I always give my applause and take my hats off to those kids, man, and to the coaches and to the staff that keep supporting those kids. And I know when I was there, we was really starting to get parents involved, and we had larger crowds than they seen before. And I hope that continues, man. So shout out to the coach, man. You're doing a
Yeah.
great job over there. Just what I'm seeing on social media and seeing how many kids they have in spring practice is huge, right? Like I said,
Yeah.
I'll always support them in any way I can. So I love what you're doing to kind of help build up the athletic program. So what else can people do? How else can they help out if they don't go to the golf tournament, if they don't participate? What are some of the things that people can do to kind of
To
help that
support it, yeah.
program out, support the program, and get the community involved?
Yeah, absolutely. You can support by being a sponsor, and you can also volunteer either at the tournament or at Garinger. There's a need there, and one of the things I guess I want to touch on that you talked about the students having resilience, and a lot of these um, sports programs were not at parity with the other high schools. So being, active and engaged at the school, participating as a volunteer where the needs are, gives those children some confidence back. Hopefully, in with that confidence, some school spirit, which is also I felt lacking in the beginning when I first started with this. But yeah, they can help by just showing up, showing that you care, about the change that you want to see happen at the school, and not give up on the students. It's easy,
Right.
as adults, like you said, if you think you're walking into a losing situation, you may not show up, or you may not even participate in any way, with volunteering.
Absolutely.
I'm not even going to think about helping out Garinger because the kids, aren't confident or in have any school spirit or aren't enthusiastic. But that's where we have to show up as adults and just be there for those students and let them know that we're not going to quit on them. you know if you can be resilient, so can we. And
Absolutely.
I look at how Raina and the challenges that she faced, and how conversations I had to have with her when she was coming up in golf. I kind of use that same conversation with some of these students. I had a golfer in the spring on the boys team. He was really excited about his first match, first time on a golf course. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to ride along with you. I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to help you. You just let me know if you need me. And
That's dope.
he was so confident. He did so great for his first match. And I could tell he had some grit, and he was going to, he's going to stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of matches after that, he had a really bad hole, couple of bad holes, and
It's
he
gone.
just started to fall apart. And I was like, exactly. I told him, I said, that's a part of the game, son. You have to stick with it. I said, just flush that hole and move on to the next. And he would say, yeah, you're right. It is a mind game. I said, yeah, don't get in your head.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's one hole. I said, you win some and you lose some. Move on to the next.
Absolutely.
And I said, the game of golf is also teaching about the game of life. You're not going to always
Absolutely.
win, and things aren't going to always go your way. So you learn right now how to persevere, how to push through when something doesn't go your way on that hole. And like Raina talked about earlier, you can't carry that with you. You have to leave that in the, try to put it in the back of your mind and
Right.
go on to the next hole and, you know, beat the course on the next hole.
Well,
So
you like they say, if
again,
you live
I
in the
think,
life. Go ahead. I'm following.
go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say, like they say, if you
I'm
if
sorry.
you live your life looking through the rearview mirror, you bound to crash going forward. So you
Right.
gotta let that go. It is what it is, man.
The,
You
the
golf, you
yeah,
get hot, and then you get not so hot, and then you might get hot again,
yeah.
and then you might play 17 terrible holes, and that one good hole, Reno knows what I'm talking about, brings you back. That's the shot I've been looking
Yeah.
for, and then you back out there again. So that
Right.
I appreciate that, man. You giving them that confidence, that bolt, and just the support, man. That was one of the things I realized when I was there, is that these kids are just like every other kid, with just under different circumstances. And some of their circumstances are circumstances that most adults wouldn't be able to deal with, right? I've seen a lot of things, I
Right.
won't say it, but that most adults would like check out. But these kids keep going,
Yeah.
they keep going. So you have to give them the credit, and you got to give them support. So shout out to you, man, and I appreciate you putting that on, and we're looking forward to covering the event. Getting some more support.
Yeah,
So
that's what we want to do,
we
man.
want to cover,
We want to see if we can get in and mic some people up and
do some interviews.
get some real
Plando, you need to be playing.
unfiltered raw footage of the actual tournament itself
Yes.
and the real people, that's out there. We don't want to. We gonna try not. We don't even want to edit anything. No, we gotta edit.
Nah,
Now
I
you
know.
need to
keep it
I
raw.
can only
Plando needs to be
imagine some
playing.
of the language that might happen once you.
You need to
You
mic up
know.
Plando. Let him
All
play.
I know
Cover
is
him.
me and Greg got a rule: if we ain't playing great by 9, we drinking through 18.
Yeah, mic up
Okay.
So how do
Plando
we
and
find
Greg
out
and follow
more
them.
information about it? How do we let the people know where to go find more about the tournament? Is there a flyer? Is there information? Is there Instagram? Where can we find the information?
Yes. You can go to
Wait a
info
minute,
at
we lost him.
I think we lost him.
greenwoodgolf
Oh, there.
dot yes, info at greenwood.golf. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
info@greenwood.golf.
Yeah. And we'll get all, you
Yes.
can
And I do
email us
have a
this
flyer
information.
that
We'll
Yeah,
I
get
can
just
all
share
that.
email.
with you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Absolutely.
we want to make sure we
Yes.
get it
I'll
out to
send you all the
everyone.
information.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll definitely be on that. And I appreciate that. You heard us say it. I'm going to copy. You heard us say it. I'm gonna bring the video out there when I come to sign up. I'm like, hey, look here.
I will comp you, but you have to bring 3 more players. How about that?
Yeah.
I got you. We got you. But we're going to be there. We're going to definitely
Okay.
donate to the cause as well, man.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
we want to make sure that this gets the coverage it deserves. We want to
Certainly.
make sure you get the flowers you deserve for doing this. and Rena gets some little bit of shine, not too much, until she give me them lessons. But we're gonna give her a little something out there.
For sure.
But we want to definitely make sure everybody's aware of this and see how they can help this program, man. And like I said, I'm a G dog to my heart, so whatever I can do, whatever you need from me, man, you got my information. So just reach out to me. I'll be sure to put this on my personal pages as well as my influencer pages.
Yeah, and we like to connect with some of the younger players, man. Maybe sit down and interview them and let them talk about their experience. We want them to get that exposure as well. So yeah, as a matter of fact, we want to highlight some of the players that's out there.
Absolutely.
We want them to be able to talk about, how far they've come since they met Miss Rena, and some of the teachings and things that she gives them. So yeah, we're gonna connect though. Greg, he's a producer of this show, believe it or not. Philando is pretty much like a lead journalist type. So hey, I give you guys all the flowers, man. This is absolutely incredible. And I'm glad to be a part of it.
Go ahead. Don't
thank
start
you for
crying.
having me, and thank you for highlighting my daughter as well. And I was gonna say, Coach Booker, you may not remember me, but we go back a lot of years. LaTanya and I were friends in Greensboro when I lived there when I was at UNC Greensboro.
Michelle Cole, okay.
But
don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Don't just keep that there. Y'all might have to have off the air conversation. This guy was that guy back in the green.
No, she remembers my wife, not me.
Oh, okay. Here we go. There you go. Did you see how that was a good one? Well, you threw that out there. That was safe. Hey, but listen, before we go,
thank you. Truly, thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. We wouldn't have it any other way. But Rena, we got something coming up, man. We're gonna do a feature on this young lady, man. We're gonna be on the line, on the links at Charles T. Myers, man. We're gonna do a live. We're gonna do an interview with her, man. Spotlight this young lady.
Let's get her mic'd up.
Talk about for sure we're gonna get her mic'd up. So here's how we're gonna do it. She's gonna be giving me lessons.
Oh Lord, he trying to sneak them.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get the lessons in there. Oh, the short course, we're gonna chop it up, man. And let us tell about her journey, man. We're gonna go from start to where we at now. So be looking out for that, man. That's gonna be a dope event. So
for sure.
But ladies, we appreciate you guys coming on, man. And we were thrilled to have you guys, and you gave us a lot of great information, insight. But we're gonna dig deeper once we get on the links, baby.
So all right. Thank you, Miss Cole. Thank you, Miss Pozo, right? Yep.
Yes, Miss Pozo.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Tell Eric I said what's up.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah, boy. Good stuff.
It's your Coach Washington in
the 707 youth middle school 707
middle school 707, man. We got like 10
baby.
We have 10 teams locked in. I'm dropping logos each day. I'm dropping a couple logos, letting everyone know who's participating in the camp. I'm trying to get the last 6 teams.
I can interrupt
you. Sound kind of fuzzy.
Hey, man, what you got going on?
My fuzz, can you hear me?
Turn that shit off, man.
A little muffled. That's all.
Hold on.
Back up from the mic, man. You know you got braces. You need to be got.
What about now? Can y'all hear me now?
We heard you.
Okay, so we got 10 teams committed, man. So we're working on getting those last 6 teams so we can have 16 teams, and we're gonna go out there, have a good time. Double game elimination, man. We're getting ready.
Dope, man.
Double game elimination.
Mm-hmm. We got a team for Rock Hill that just locked in. He called me today and said he's bringing his middle school team from Rock Hill. We have McClintock, JM.
We need to
Randolph,
include. Listen, we want to talk to. We want to also talk to Corvian. I talked to the coach. He hit me up today, wanting to get in.
Okay, yeah. Connect me with that.
I'll make sure I contact him tomorrow and see, because they didn't know much about it. I know they do get started a little earlier, but now he decided to go ahead and get started. So I think they're going to be ready for. They may be ready to get in.
Bradford Prep is playing.
Who is it?
Bradford Prep. Is that what it is?
Bradford Prep.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, Prep. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a confirmation from my friend. He hit the coach, hit him up and say they getting involved. They want to play.
What about your boy out at you remember where we went last year? Out in South Park? It might have been Catholic. Who was it?
Charlotte Christian. I'm asking
Charlotte
Justin.
That was Charlotte Christian.
It was Charlotte
Christian,
Christian,
and it was another school out there.
It was Country Day, Charlotte Christian, Sedge, JM, and Ridge Road. Ridge Road had a coaching change, so we don't know if we can get them again this year.
And some of their kids are in the transfer portal, by the way. But I mean, you didn't hear that from me.
Hey, but JM Alexander had a coaching change.
Not yet.
Oh,
not yet.
Okay. So,
I don't know who that is.
We're making some big moves, man. We're trying to make it. It's gonna be a great tournament, man. Working on the trophy will be here next week. We can get all the teams involved, man. It's gonna be
what kind of trophy you got?
Yes, you'll see it when it comes out.
Yeah,
we like to do big, man.
Give the belt away. Watch, you gotta do something different than a belt. Now, don't give no belt.
I ain't giving no belt away, man. I'm getting some nice ball belt. Hey, the belt would be nice, you know what I'm saying? But no belt. I ain't
belt. That's overplay. You gotta come up with something.
You know what I'm saying? I'm giving out something nice to have some height with it, something real nice
height to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm just trying to get that thing. That's all. I'm just trying to get my name on it. Yeah,
I'm just trying to cover the event, man. I'm just trying to mic some players up, man, and some coaches up, and make sure we get some that footage, man. Get that
WA, we got two teams. We got a 6th grade and a 7th grade. And Hill Middle, Knox just hit me up.
Yeah,
he said he has a 6th grade and a 7th grade team.
What do you mean 6th grade and 7th grade? You mean 6th graders going to the 7th grade?
No, his current 6th graders. He said he has enough.
You got them 5th graders.
That means 5th graders. Going to the 6th grade or 6th graders?
Well, I'm just going with grade they in currently now.
So you're talking about calendar year, not school year.
Yeah, calendar.
If they're in 6th grade year, if they're in 6th grade now, they 6th grade until
keep them away from my team because I'm dominated by 8th graders.
Because they still got 2-3 days left after the tournament.
Right. So, but if you put some 7th graders on against me that's coming out of 6th grade, they're gonna hate that it ever happened.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge, Wash. What are you saying, Wash?
I gotta
saying don't bring no young ass kids out here against my 8th.
Oh, I got some young thunder.
I got a bunch of hey, we got a bunch of 8th graders, bro. That's all I'm talking about. 8th grade all the way through. We might be trash.
They say
we might be trash next year. Because our whole team is 8th graders. That a year after that, we might be straight trash.
Hey man,
this year. We can do no that them Sedgefield boys looking pretty good.
BBs.
Say what?
Hey, them Sedgefield boys looking pretty good.
Oh man, I want to hear that shit, man.
Hey, but last time hold on, y'all. Last time y'all played, boy, I got that toe book ass up, boy.
Hey. All right. Well, hey, we added some more weapons. We got some kids coming out training.
Lando, I toe book ass up.
All right. I like keeping receipts.
You gotta make it big. You gotta make it big, baby. What we in this thing for, man? We trying to get our kids ready for next year. We gotta get
nigga, don't try to do that. Don't back
ain't no stepping down. Ain't no backing down now. Ain't no backing down. Sedge ready to go.
He was he backstroking like we ain't doing that.
No backing down.
You were talking
ready to go.
Boy, hey, look. Hey, book. He ain't even say what's up. He ain't even come and say hey to nobody. As soon as he walked, boy, I got that toe book ass up, coach. Damn, toe book ass. He ain't even say what's up. I was over there. I was throwing up. My stomach would hurt. He ain't asked me how I was feeling. I'm toe book ass up.
Hey, did you get that team? I heard the little Piedmont, some Piedmont 7th graders or 8th graders was getting in it.
Yes.
You talked to Mo?
Yeah, Mo say he's working. They definitely getting in.
Low key. Yeah, Greg Paler, you got to watch it, man. He be trolling.
Yeah, he's trolling. He about to start trolling now.
Oh, he on here right now. What's up, Greg? I know you ain't saying nothing. I know you on here, though.
You know who these kids are.
You and Antoine Smith. Y'all trolling her.
They troll. They always trolling. We love it.
Yeah, we got that hot shit. We'll be talking about some good stuff, man.
Hey, man, listen, whatever you do, bro, I'm just going to tell you about my experience, man. Whatever we do, no matter what type of events you have and I have, as we continue to journey through this youth football thing. If you ever have a tournament, don't have a freaking tournament with a field where the grass covers up your foot when you step in it.
Oh.
Ant hills all over the grass. God dang on and the ultimate thing is no lines on the field, bro.
They weren't on the lines.
I'm talking about no lines, nowhere to be found.
Oh my God!
And this is
Maybe
what my
it was
thing
an
is.
emergency situation where they had to something happened
And it sounds
maybe
like it was, but maybe it was. Maybe it was. Okay. In an emergency situation like that, though, isn't it a risk to even do it? To say we're gonna have no lines on the field at all. We're just gonna have 8 pylons and some chains. That's it.
That's terrible.
And y'all just play football.
10 to 20 to 30 to 40, they had the markers.
Yeah, they had them, but they had them, but they was like one of them will be 12, one of them be 15, one of them be 10, one of them be 30. They was all over the place, bro. We might have played on 155 yards of football field. We don't know.
They had already committed. Somebody could have got up early in the morning.
Hold on, man.
Yeah.
That boy said 155
Was
yards.
this on a Saturday or a Sunday? Was this on a Saturday or a Sunday?
155-yard field goal.
Was it
I
Saturday
promise you, bro.
Damn.
I promise you, bro. We was all over the freaking place, man.
They could have called somebody to get up early
and the referee got the nerve. What'd you say, twin?
Someone could have got up early in the morning and hit that.
Hey, man, somebody should have did something, man. But the referee got the nerve to call some freaking offsides or too many men in the backfield, and I'm just like, dude, are you kidding me, bro? We got touchdowns called back because of 5 men in the backfield, bro. Are you kidding me right now?
Where the backfield is.
My kids don't even know where the backfield is. We see the ball, but then the field is slanted. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I heard
they wasn't helping the kids get on the line.
I see people getting in their feelings about it. You know,
I threw my hands up and told the dude. I said, man, told the referee, y'all win, man. Y'all got it. Y'all can have it. Yeah.
Hey,
first of all,
the
that's a safety hazard.
The comment said, why take it to the internet? Why y'all take it to the internet? I read some of them comments. They were
it pissed me off. It pissed me off because
why y'all taking it to the internet?
Because we already know these guys are gonna get on social media and brag. We beat it, man. Come on, man. Every touchdown, the touchdowns that we ran, we got them. They got called back. Oh my God, bro.
It is what it is.
I can't. It's over with. It's over with. But man,
I wouldn't even give them the airwaves.
Winston-Salem.
I wouldn't give them the airwaves.
Winston-Salem got to cut that crap out. Now, I love Winston-Salem football. Don't get me wrong. They got a lot of talent.
Right.
They you go to a Winston-Salem football game when they really hot, special AYF.
Yeah.
It look like a freaking high school football game.
Yeah.
Because they don't have middle school, so everybody in the city is excited about those age groups all the way up to 13, 14. So I really like it. But come on, man. Sometimes you got to say no. Sometimes you got to say, you know what? We're going to scratch this. We'll have a tournament tomorrow. We'll have it next week. Because this is not going to. And then them liquor house, I'm saying this, I'm talking. Liquor house, bootleg, Uncle Charlie, Foot Locker referees, they shouldn't even want to referee a game like that because how can you call it fair?
Let me ask you this, Book. How you go through a corporate and all that hood shit? You said bootleg, liquor house.
Because that's where they got them shirts from.
You said Foot Locker.
Foot Locker shirts. You sell them Foot Locker. Look like they just got off work from Foot Locker and just ran out there on the field. Because ain't that the shirts Foot Locker wear?
Yeah,
black and white.
Zebra
stripes. Hell yeah. That's why I do that.
But you know what? That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible.
It's awesome. It's terrible.
Yourself, man. But hey, man, listen, man. So we talked about, the 707 and all that good shit, right?
Uh-oh.
But let's talk about this high school football season about to come.
Uh-oh.
Man, listen, bro. I call it the FSC Conference. Former State Champions Conference. If that ain't one of the toughest conferences in the country, I don't know what it is, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the state champion don't come out of that conference, I don't know what it is. Myers Park shouldn't even, we ain't gonna talk about Myers Park. They're over there. Huff gonna win that.
Yeah. I can't say nothing about Myers Park too. We feed into them, and I haven't seen a Myers Park.
Who thought of this? What? That's diabolical to put that much talent in one conference, bro.
It had to be, man. One conference is gonna be stacked better than the other ones. One conference is gonna have everybody in it. One conference is gonna be stacked. The way the city's set up, one conference is gonna be stacked.
One conference. That's
One
it.
conference.
One conference is gonna have to be.
They're gonna make a lot of money this year.
Yeah, for them games gonna be packed.
But
every week gonna be
the
a
crazy
showcase.
part about it is you're gonna be trying to figure out which one should I go to.
Yeah, because every week gonna be a showdown, bro.
Which game should I go to? You know what I'm saying? And Huff them, they gonna be losing money. Like ain't nobody coming to see Huff.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing a lot of talk, about the West Charlotte. Okay, they won 3A, but next year they're gonna be in 8A. Guess what? Grimsley ass and some other teams are in 7A.
I'm saying,
So,
but that don't take away from the football players.
I think West Charlotte can get back. I think West Charlotte can get back to it.
Yeah, West Charlotte's, bro.
Let me tell you something.
All that shit is.
But this be the year Huff finally hold the trophy.
With the number of football players.
Hey, West Charlotte gonna hit some of these boys, and a lot of them. They're gonna hit them right in the mouth.
Yep.
They're gonna hit them right in the mouth.
Could this be the year Huff become a
Huff does what?
State championship team?
Hell,
no.
Not a conference championship.
Hey, I like, and I'm gonna stand on it that I really like the Huff coaches over there. I think they really got a great set of coaches. I like those guys, but they are not gonna be battle tested towards the end of that season with the momentum that you need to be playing on and the level that you need to be playing on, man. They're gonna be beating guys by 40 and 50, man.
Yeah, you can't. That's
going into the playoffs.
That's a gift from the skirt.
Well, what's the non-conference schedule?
It don't matter. They only got what, two non-conference
the
games?
non-conference schedule it starts at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, so
they
that's what I'm
got
saying.
like
So
a couple tough games at the beginning.
Yeah, but bro, you're gonna have 5 games against, let's just say, inferior opponents. It's not gonna really give you a game.
More than that. 6.
Going into the playoffs, bro.
What is it? A 10-game season?
Yeah.
Well, Philando, now Philando, they saying y'all on the rebuild. Is Independence? They're not on the rebuild, but they're tweening, right?
They in our conference.
So really, is it
topic?
Is it a 2-team conference?
You see, you doing what them other folks do.
I'm asking.
Bro.
I'm asking
about that weak ass conference Huff is in. Let's just be real.
Yeah,
we'll stay on that, and we'll get back to it. Who's in the Huff conference again?
Nobody. North
It
Mac.
has to be some type of competition.
No, North Mac's in our conference.
North Mac's in your. Oh God.
It's East Mac, Garinger, West Mac, Rocky River, Myers Park.
There you go. That's smoke, MP.
Man, shut the hell up.
Get out of here,
What
man.
the hell you just said? What you just
we might shock some people.
But that's the only team that might even that's the only team that might even score in the conference. That might be the only team that might score against them.
We might shock some people.
No, stop.
It might be our conference to win.
Stop.
That's gonna be the biggest game in that conference. Myers Park is Huff.
It's gonna be I'm gonna say it right now. That's the MP conference. Go ahead and put that MP on there. That's our we're gonna run that conference.
Hey, go ahead.
Malpractice. That was it stand for.
Now Huff is gonna smack.
Malpractice.
Now Huff is
we gonna win that
Myers Park.
Boy, stop, twin. I know you love your school. Stop.
Huff will probably be 10-0 when they going into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Well, I mean,
I don't know about the conference games.
I don't know the non-conference games though, but the games that count, they gonna run through that conference, bro. You already know that.
But look up their schedule, man. See what Huff got, man. Let's look at Huff, man, and see what they looking like. But I like
about Olympic.
I'm gonna tell you another team I like. I'm gonna tell you who my underdog team is. No offense to anybody out there that's listening, because the last time I predicted something, I got jumped on. But I like what Coach Tinsley got over there at Mallet Creek.
They talking jump like that ain't gonna happen over there. I think they got something special. They get
Mallet Creek. They got what it takes to win football games all the way through December, bro. They got a bunch of trench guys, man. They got some big 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" across the line, big tackles, guards. They got some trench work. They're young. They're young, which but still, you know what I'm saying? I think those guys do a great job at getting those boys on the fast track to being able to play on a high level. And they are big. They got 3 running backs over there, young running backs. Josh.
Then they got that kid Khalil Price.
And then they got the receiver Khalil Price. From what I understand, they got some other guys that's coming in that's gonna solidify that defense. But man, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna mark them down as a sleeper. Okay. Cool. Mallet Creek.
Oh, Mallet Creek's gonna be solid.
I got West Charlotte as the favorite, I think. But I got Mallet Creek as a sleeper. That's just me. I don't know. 'Cause I don't know if Chambers. I don't know if anybody got a chance. Chambers had a. I think they had their spring game today. I don't know how that turned out. I'll probably snoop around and find out. I don't know what Captain is doing. I expect that they're gonna fight. They're gonna have some fight in them. You know, I think Captain and Will Chambers. But I'm saying West Charlotte, Mallet Creek. That's what I'm looking. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know about. Butler just made
to keep us out the
some changes.
Keep us out the.
No, man. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. All of a sudden, I look on Twitter, and I look on there, and Coach Ferb has resigned from the program after 1 year. Not even a year. Shit. Less than a year.
A season.
A season. Let's just say a season. A few months. And he's out of there. I'm not sure.
Nah, I ain't gonna let you do the out of there thing. He has some medical issues and some things that, it was gonna really make it impossible for him to coach, honestly.
Orlando.
No, this is from what I know personally.
Out of there.
Nah, he wasn't out.
He ain't in there.
I ain't gonna let him do you like that, man.
Hey, man, I'm cool with Coach Ferb. But Coach Ferb, right now, if you go over to Butler right now and ask for Coach Ferb, he's out of there.
Hey, but them men Hill parents will do
I ain't
it.
gonna do you like that. I know the real, so I ain't gonna let them do you like that.
But them men Hill parents will do it, man. Have you ever went to a game and sat on the sideline? It's a plenty crying wine. So goddamn
man, what
bad.
about your bougie ass Myers Park parents? Don't be talking about.
We ain't crying and whining.
Hey, twin. So you think the fans ran him out of town, man?
No, I don't. But eventually they probably.
That's why you said it. Why you see that was DEI shit right there.
He done changed the whole narrative, ain't
The
it?
whole narrative, bro. We just talked about that. Is that your DNA? Is that what you call?
Hey, that's what I'm gonna. Hey, that's what I'm gonna post tomorrow.
What's that?
Tomorrow I'm gonna post the interview. Did an interview with Coach Waters from WA Sports. He suggests that the fans from Butler,
Butler, the whole narrative.
Runs Coach Ferb out of town.
No, they did.
The booster club.
I heard like Fredo say he has some medical issues.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I'm just taking a shot at the fans. When I went to the games to be in the stands, man, it's sickening. All the bitching and whining. And this has been going on for years. When you go to the game, I'd rather sit on the visit sideline. You can really enjoy the game. Because on that Butler side,
they that bad.
Whining and crying. And they got a good crowd, but man.
Hey, look here, man. What you say, Mid Hill?
It's a Mid Hill.
He said Mid Hill parents. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Independence. We Matthew. So yeah, he talking about Independence.
Oh, so let me ask you something.
But we just happy to get a win, baby.
Can we get confirmation right now that Coach Hale is back at Butler? I heard it's a rumor. I don't know.
Hey, I see him every day.
I'm just trying.
It says interim.
Coach Hale is interim at Butler in the saddle, baby.
Hey man, look here. I'm gonna tell you this. When he walked in that gym Monday, that shit felt like
the gym started rattling, didn't it?
Felt like Butler football.
Yes, sir.
That's all I'm gonna say. Not to take away from Ferg, man. He had a tough go at it, man. You gotta understand this, man. When you coming in behind a legend,
oh yeah, man,
bro, it's hard to get traction, bro.
Yeah, it's
like you've been doing used to things, man, doing a certain way for 20 years, and then you gonna come and get somebody else to try to do something different. It's gonna be some resistance.
Oh, absolutely.
Always gonna be resistance.
Whatever it is.
So I listen, man. This is what I told my son just today. He was talking about girls. I said, son, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. I told my son this. I can pull up the text. You don't ever want to be the first boyfriend after she got out of a long-term relationship.
Oh no.
Because she's still thinking about that dude.
Oh, for sure.
And he still got access to it.
That's the truth.
And guess what? The moment you mess up, where's she going? What Butler do?
Went right back.
Was that a metaphor?
They went right back to what they know.
But don't you ever be that next dude after the relationship.
I'm just saying now.
Long-term relationship. You better wait till she done dated 2 or 3 dudes before she.
They in the heavyweight.
Hey, so you know what? That brings that conference. That makes it even more exciting for me. The return of Coach Hales to Butler. Come on, man.
Bro, I'm in the trenches, bro.
It's a great story.
And attitude in the players.
Man, that makes it even more exciting, man.
It's a great
Then you got
story.
and then you get Captain Mullen over at Chambers.
All the NFL,
you know what I mean?
Don't do that.
You got all the
Don't do
NFLs.
that. Don't disrespect Hells like that by putting Chambers.
They got all the NFL.
He played in the league. He ain't coach high school football.
I'm just talking about the excitement.
Do that.
I'm talking about the excitement that's in the air in the conference. The changes.
Nah, it's gonna be dope.
The excitement that's in the conference, man. The things that's happening in the conference,
Hey,
man.
man, listen.
You know, seeing what Independence is gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, they coming off a year where they was riding high, playing good football. West Charlotte coming off of a state championship.
Here's the thing about Indy, bro.
You gotta love it, man.
Indy,
I gotta love this shit.
Indy wasn't senior heavy, man. They got a lot of returners, guys.
Yeah,
They got that running back.
They got a lot of young
back.
boys.
They got they might. Be
I would like them to throw the ball more. I would like them to light it up in their area.
You gotta have receivers to catch that.
Yeah, you got to get the right receivers. I don't think they had.
I don't think they had
receivers.
I think they had such a solid running game, man, that they could dominate games with that running. And they didn't really impress me in the air, but that line was huge. They blocked well, and that running back was just a dog.
Yeah,
and
I would like to see the air game.
Defense. They weren't.
I would like to see the air game. I would like to see the air attack this year. But what about Palisades and Olympic?
That running back coming back.
I mean, the man ran for 2,000 yards. He got to go to college. You can't run him to death.
So you
can't run the man to death.
You just said it. He got 2,000 yards. Why would they?
I'm limited. I'm the daddy. We live in the ball.
You got a 2,000 yard rushing back, and you're back.
It's time to limit carries.
He's getting a rock, bro.
It's time to limit his carries. He won't be good for college.
That's gonna be you got. But here's the thing, though, Twin. In a conference like this, you gotta be able to run the ball.
Yeah,
because I gotta get another back too, because he gonna need some help.
Clock. You got some game. You got clock management situations right here.
That's why I like to see them. You know, to put it in the air more. I like to see the air attack really get going.
But here's my thing: if I can get up 10 points on you, touchdown and field goal, man, I'm about to run this motherfucker to death.
Yes,
exactly what you gonna do to him.
Huh?
Exactly what you gonna do. It's scholarship time. Time to take some of them hits off.
Man, look here, bro. He good. He gonna be solid. I'm saying, damn, coaches ain't thinking about your scholarship. They think about winning this fucking game. So if I got to keep giving you the ball to control this clock, 3 to 4 yards in the cloud of dust,
better get you a backup to help do that.
Well, that is what it is. But I'm gonna find two. But I ain't gonna put the ball in the air and risk clock management. I'm saying this gonna be a conference where you got to play. You got to coach all levels of this shit, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to coach all phases of this shit, bro. It ain't gonna be no, bro. This shit real, bro. This some real shit, dog.
You got to win every phase of the game.
Absolutely,
in this
man. Because here's the thing: all these teams we talked about are capable of lighting that fucking scoreboard up on any given night, and they also capable of shutting the motherfucking team down too.
Yep.
So
that's gonna be a pretty good year.
What we get.
But what conference is Palisades and Olympic in? Hey, no, don't do that.
Palisades going.
I think my boy Cato at Olympic. I think my man Cato at Olympic. I think he's going to be the leading passer this year. I think he's going to light that shit up. I know he lost some receivers, but I like his gun. I wish he was quarterbacking at Mallard Creek with his cannon.
Who you talking about?
He'd get it down the field. Cato at Olympic, the quarterback.
Oh, at Olympic. Oh yeah.
I would like to see him on the Mallard Creek team throwing the ball because he
Mallard Creek. If Mallard Creek get a quarterback in there, and I think they will. I think they got a young kid in there that came in late, transferred over last year. That's gonna be good. But I like Mallard Creek, man. I love West Charlotte and what they got going on. I really do. But I like Mallard Creek.
But here's the thing: we can talk about a lot of this shit. We can speculate a lot. But the best way to get this information is get these coaches on the show.
Yes. Let's get Palisades on here because my niece go to Palisades. Let's get them on here.
Yeah, man. Let's get these coaches on the show, man.
Let's get Palisades on here.
Coaches, if y'all listening, man, we're gonna love to have you guys on the show to do a preview of this upcoming series.
Yes.
And we're not just talking about this super conference. We're talking about all conferences across the board, man.
Right.
We'd love to have you guys on the show, man, and give us some predictions about how your season's gonna go and who your formidable opponents are and all that good stuff, man.
We're gonna pull up on them.
We're gonna wait. Yeah,
let's just pull up on them like we did middle school basketball.
We don't mind pulling up on you.
Just pull up.
We'll pull up on you.
What can they do? Just tell us to leave.
You think they gonna see that camera? You think they gonna tell us?
No, man. We have a conversation. But one thing I want to bring up, which is very interesting, and I think we've covered this topic before. We tackled it, talked about it. And I saw my boy Matt Morrow, who pretty much covers high school football and these high school athletes for the most part, does a great job at doing that. And even Matt Morrow seems to be a very mellow, balanced guy. Always stays in that real cheerful spot. But he got a little pissed off on social media because he was pissed because he was saying why aren't these coaches giving exposure to their kids? Why aren't they promoting? Excuse me. Why aren't they promoting their kids? Basically, college scouts coming in, they're not promoting their kids. They're not getting those. Yeah, they're not getting those kids.
Because the coaches
high school coaches getting pissed
off.
off at him. High school coaches getting pissed off at him, from what I understand, because he's giving kids too much exposure from their program.
What does that mean?
But my thing is, the college coaches are coming through the door, so they're meeting and talking with them, and don't act like all these coaches now have good personalities. Now, I'm an ass, but some of these motherfuckers are assholes, super assholes. Their ego are bigger than the goddamn game. Yeah, I'm an ass. They're super assholes. You know what I'm saying? But some of these coaches don't have good personalities. Because college coaches come to your door, that don't mean you got a good rapport. I got a lot of coaches. I talk to a lot of college coaches. I text their ass when I ain't sending them kids. I give them a call, see what's going on. You have to have a good rapport, a good relationship. I don't think some of these coaches, don't have good relationships. They don't know how to communicate with the coaches and don't really know how to on that aspect. They don't have good.
I think I've seen somebody someone made a comment which could very well be true. Every high school is not set up. They don't have the necessary funding to have guys that are on their staff that's able to build that relationship with all the college scouts around the country. They don't have that college recruiter like a Chris Hawk.
Right.
What's up, Chris? What's up?
But do they need that now? Do they need that now with X?
But hold up.
Social media is free, bro.
So hold up. What I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying. You build your staff. You build your staff like you build your staff, and it may be that one very important guy that you leave off of the staff, which is that guy who all year long, all he does is focuses on those athletes and getting the exposure those athletes need, getting in contact with those coaches, getting those looks. And somebody said, well, maybe it's just the funding where they don't have anybody. They don't have enough money to even have somebody on the. So does it fall on, who does it fall on at that point? Does it certainly, I would think it falls on the coaches, the head coach. Most people will think it falls on the head coach to make sure that those relationships, those kids are getting the exposure. He's getting in touch with those college coaches, or maybe if he's not reaching out to them, when they reach out to him, he got to be obligated to make sure that those kids get those messages that colleges are looking at you.
I think it's
maybe Booker, maybe this.
I think it's a collective, man. It's like who's your child dealing with, right? Like I use my contact with Twin with his connect at Central to get a kid I was training a look, right? You know what I'm talking about?
He got offered too.
He's a dog, came from Mississippi State,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, I got this kid's a dog. He was up at A&T, and then he went to visit, and then I was like, man, Central needs a running back,
right?
And I used my connection with Twin, who used his, alumni status to make it happen. So these kids got to use every avenue possible. Parents got to use every avenue possible. Parents can't just sit around and wait for the coaches to do this shit.
I agree with you.
No, they got to make sure that they're
100%.
proactive because, I mean, think about it. Head coach has a lot on his plate.
100%.
100%. I talked to a coach one time. He said, man, head coaching, especially high school, is from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep.
Right.
Because you don't know what kind of call you're going to get 2 o'clock in the morning. Your parents, kids done got evicted from their house, the kid in jail, the kid whatever it is.
Absolutely.
It ain't always just football.
Right.
It's personal.
100%.
So it's like you gotta. And here's my thing. I think a solution would be is take a kid like your team manager and make a kid that your recruiting specialist, right? And his job is to get your film to all Twitter on coaches, all these coaches. Get your film.
It's like a graduate
Yeah,
assistant.
I'm saying, like, you get a kid, man. They know social media way better than we do.
Yeah.
They can put together highlight reels for this kid and send them out to all these coaches. They can get a student to do that shit. You don't really need to spend money.
A GA, just like they do in
Yeah,
college.
like I say, you don't need to have per se a recruiting advisement. You can just have a kid that's just getting that kid information out to all these coaches. Every college coach in the country is on Twitter.
But you got to be, man. I think it's almost mandatory that every one of these high schools, because of the recruiting process and how tough it is, the high school athlete is not the first kids that these guys are looking out.
Oh no, it's a change.
They're coming to get. So you really got to be. You really do almost have to have a team of people that's doing
Absolutely.
it. You got to have some dogs. And great point. Great point, and probably a good solution to it is to get some graduate assistants that's out there trying to find out how they can get into the high school, into the coaching. So you make them graduate assistants.
Absolutely.
and get them involved in your recruiting process, because you really, man, if you really care about these kids, man, you really got to build that team. You got to find your person that reaches out to these colleges, man, and gets these kids this exposure, man. I was a little, I just think it's unfair that a lot of these coaches, maybe they don't have time or they got a lot on their plate. These high school head coaches, blah 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 blah, at the expense of the kids. I don't like it. I don't like where it's going right now.
Well, the first thing it takes.
Let me say this.
The first thing is going to take.
Go
You
ahead,
gotta
Fernando.
win first. Winning takes care of a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, it does.
You start winning, coach is going to show up. Now, I mean, that's is what it is. That's just the nature of the beast. Winning begets a whole lot of shit that losing doesn't, right? Unless you just got some outstanding dogs on a losing team. But if you're winning ball games, the coach is going to walk your halls. They're going to see your game. And the great thing is who you're playing, right? Who you're playing. Like if I'm a kid at East Meck and I'm playing Mallet Creek, we know the recruiters are going to be there to see some kids from Mallet Creek. It's time to show up. Get yourself recruited.
Absolutely.
You got to ball out in the right situations. You know what I'm saying? So, I've known kids that got recruited when they came to look at other people. So again, I think as your parents, it's got to be you got to be winning, and then you got to have somebody pushing your product.
Twin, what's your take on it?
Let's get back to I know Matt was mad at the coaches about pushing, but I think he was talking on it, but he didn't go deeper. And this is the deeper point. Not so much as the coaches pushing players. What type of fucking conversations are they having with the coaches that come in about players? Because remember, I told you a coach told me he went to go get the boy. The coach would never go get him, and he finally went and we finally asked a couple of times. He went and brought the boy to him. Tony C brought up a situation from somebody where the same thing, the same experience with the coach. He come to see a kid, the coach want to sell somebody else. So the thing is, what's going on behind closed doors? I think that's the main issue.
Favoritism.
What is being said when the coaches come to see kids? Are they bringing the kids, or he trying to sell somewhere? I think that's the biggest problem. They can't believe somebody come to ask for this kid when I got this kid. And people don't know the conversations unless you know a college coach. They don't know what's being said. What is the coach is selling to that coach?
Honestly, right now, I think
come in and asking him, what is he trying to understand about the kid?
I think it take guys like the team, the Matt Maher and his team of people to always be that open door, because they up close and personal with the high school coverages. I think they got to.
They do a great job.
They can step in and kind of bridge the gap and fill in the gaps where these high schools aren't. I'm pretty sure Matt Morrow, who puts out player rankings, knows who the top players to watch. You know what I'm saying? He can give that information I'm sure he got it in a database. I don't know where he keeps it in his database and shoots it out to colleges, and I'm sure he does. Hell, you got a platform where you bring in. Did you have in your camp?
No, we're having the middle school. I'm focusing on middle school, on ground roots.
You're having the middle school camp, right?
Grassroots, as they say. We're back to grassroots.
Now, is it any NIL deals or anything going on? Any collectors going to be at your camp for the middle school camp? NIL deals. Anybody giving out money to the middle school athletes?
No, I'm not. No, that's a good thing to work on. No.
Oh wait, no.
Hey, but I do have one company, thinking about doing something like that.
Oh yeah. I actually talked to some guys that want to get some guys to invest in some middle school NIL. I talked to my kids about NIL. They didn't even know what the hell it meant.
Yeah, they in a whole nother world.
Who's Neil?
But
one of them said, I think it's just money.
They don't need to have it.
I said, yeah, that's, you got a lot to do with it. Hey man,
I don't know who made Matt mad. I don't know who made.
That pissed Matt Morrow off.
It wasn't me. I don't know who made him mad because he, I was like, why would he post that? Somebody, he must know something.
Some of these high school athletes, man. No, I'm telling you, I think. And quote me if I'm wrong. Once again, I think maybe some coaches or somebody might have got pissed off because Matt had his camp, right? He had his high school camp, and maybe he was highlighting too much of a kid from certain schools, and the coaches were like, man, damn. Like, I don't know what happened. Maybe the coach reached out to him and said, hey, shit, that kid ain't, he ain't like that. I mean, why you getting him that much exposure? I mean, I don't know exactly what it is, but it pissed Matt off. Man, I'm glad, man. Hey, Matt, get pissed off for these kids. You don't see
that guy getting pissed off.
Matt, get pissed off.
Good for you, Matt. Stand on business.
Good for you, standing on business and getting pissed off and swelling up at these boys.
Who was showing out at the camp like that?
Athletes. Huh?
Who was showing out at the camp like that? I want to know.
I don't know, man. I mean, he had a good camp, man. He had some standout.
I know
guys.
somebody must have heard something that pissed him off. But
yeah. Don't fuck with Matt Morrow.
Well, here's the thing: if you were doing your job, you probably wouldn't have that attitude. So
some asshole coaches out there, bro. They got that ego, that it.
Coaches don't have egos.
Hey, I'm an ass. But some of them got that super duper ego. That
you said EOGs or
egos? Egos, that id.
It's EOG week.
They got that.
Is there anything? Exactly.
Right.
So is there anything we can do to continue to promote the 7-on-7 camp or reach out to anybody for you to make sure that your 7-on-7 camp is successful?
If you know any charter schools, man, just post a flyer. You know anybody that coaches any charter schools? Because I know some charter schools do have a flag, but we're not playing flag. I think it's easy to go from flag to 7-on-7 with no run plays. But if you could just reach out, like you said, you talk to Corvian, anyone else, we're trying to get these last slots filled up so we can have a great day.
Corvian.
I think it's Corvian.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if you talk to him. Any charter schools, anything we may have missed, reach out to a coach and see can we get these last slots filled. I'm working hard to get these last slots. I'm trying to get some of these charter schools to jump in. Some of these schools and these, like I say, charter and these prep schools to get in there so we can get these last slots filled, man, so we can have the 16 teams and make it a great day, bro. It's gonna be a wonderful day.
Double game elimination.
I love it, man.
Double game elimination.
Mountain Island Charter School.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a hot.
And the place is the date is June
7th.
June 7th. Mountain Island Charter School. 16 teams. Double game elimination. Middle school. Unheard of. I think Coach Washington. He came out last year and he did it on a smaller scale last year. It now it's done caught fire, man. And this is unheard of. All right,
man, it's a precedent, man.
This is unheard of because prior to this, middle schools didn't come out until August.
Yep.
Until his first day of practice. Right now, this is groundbreaking, man. Dope. And it take grassroots guys to you know, to unplug stuff like this and uncover stuff and show the advantages of getting it started, man. So hats off to you, man. We're gonna continue to do everything we can to make sure that tournament is the we won't not only does Washington want people from the local area, we want people to come from the statewide. If you got a middle school football
come on
program,
down. It's not a summer
and Gaston County right up the street, baby. They got some good football.
Get on the road, man. And Twin, we got to figure out how to get on the road and promote this thing even harder, man, to make sure this thing comes to Charlotte and it's super big, and then maybe, you know, at some point it gets big enough where you can take the show on the road. Yeah.
That's
because we got, like I said,
we got Washington, man, over at Mountain Allen too, bro.
We got one South Carolina team in it, so we do have an out-of-state team coming from Rock Hill to jump in the tournament.
Yeah, you got an out-of-state team already coming in, and I think, hey, man, we're just gonna keep pushing it, man. And if it goes past 16, let's get it to 18. Goes to 18, let's get it to 20. We still got some time, right?
Hey, we got time, man.
We'll be out there all day.
Hey, man, look at, but you got to plant the seed somewhere. Now that shit's just sprouting, man. Now you just harvesting, man. So shout out to you, man, for believing in that process and giving these young guys a platform, man, and give them kind of taste of what's going to be. So here's the thing: you're taking away the culture shock when they get to high school.
Right.
Yeah, because like I got coaches saying I don't got that many players watching. I got by 12, 13.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Grade. I said, listen, bro, we're just developing. Getting your kids together, you're practicing with your team, you're building a rapport, you're getting ready for next year. That's all this is work, bro.
Right. That's all
we just getting work.
Organized work. Organized work.
That's all we're trying to do.
And it's worth it, man. It's good work.
Get your kids to practice.
Yeah. Get them to practice, get them started early, man, and get them in that competitive mindset early. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's definitely different, man. I'm glad you're doing it, man. I'm glad you started up.
You always
big time.
Washington always pioneers some shit, man.
Yeah, you got to
practice, man. That's my guy, man.
Last year, on the lines, they covered it. Y'all came and covered it. Booker coached in it, and we did the pod.
And did some videos and interviews. I even had to God doggone it, put the cameras on the team that beat me, Ridge Road. but it was all good, man. It was a good time, and it's gonna be even bigger. Once again, like Philando just said, shout out to Robert Washington for letting us use his facility to have the program, to have the tournament over there, man. That's big time. That's a big stage up there. Most of the time, people, the atmosphere is always good up there at Mountain Island.
Yeah, we didn't have any problem between coaches and anything. It was a smooth event.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit, man.
Well, that's it, man. Once again, man, thank you guys, man. What a great show, man. Miss Cole and Miss Pozo, man. Thank y'all for Pozo for being on the show, man. They doing some groundbreaking things, man, that a lot of people didn't know about. And we're gonna make sure we promote that. Absolutely. The golf tournament from Garinger golf tournament at Rocky River Golf Club, I think it is.
It's out by the Speedway. It's right beside the Speedway.
We're gonna make sure we get that information out there.
Great course, by the way.
We're gonna continue to reach out to everybody to promote WEA having the 7-on-7 middle school, 7-on-7 June 7th, Mountain Island High School, man. Y'all just continue to log on, continue to pay attention, like, subscribe, and share. And we appreciate you guys, man. We see y'all next time. We chop it up.
Hey, man. Peace, man. Appreciate you guys, man.
All right, bet.